And we are back here playing, doing our review and play of GreedFall. So far, so bad. Things have gone down in quality for us, which has been quite the disappointment. But we're pressing on because it's not like the game is unplayable. It's not like it's god awful. It's just they make some very bad decisions. They get in their own way. When it comes to some of the things they do, and it's like at some point they decided to get in their way even more. Get in their own way even more than they were in the first portion of the game. It was very noticeable. It was very upsetting for me. Not that they weren't making questionable decisions from the start, because they have been, but it just seems like there were things that they were doing right, in my opinion, and they stopped doing those things. Finally, a Guardian is not by itself. It's about damn time. Well, that creature got locked in for a while, didn't it? Yeah, it's like no magic resistance whatsoever. I think we're behind it. It's kind of difficult to tell. Are we going to try? Yeah, I know poison don't matter this thing. So this thing is made of poison. But I figured, you know, we got it. Let's use it. Oh wait, here we are. Okay. Good job, Ciora. Healing for once in your life. No, that's not playing. I'm joking. I know she's done some healing before. So wait, hitting that thing with the cannon does 12 damage from behind with crystallize. Okay, 1500. But if we go from the front, oh, you're still breathing somehow.
We can access the stone and plant Dunkus's seed.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right at all.
Look, The plant seems to be growing extremely fast. The Doneigada of Dunkus's clan are sure to be here soon to finish breaking the bond.
Really? You couldn't come up with any different dialogue for this. Couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Not one bit. Another one down. How many more to go? Oh, was that it? That might have been it. So now we have to do the Together for Teer Fradee. Which I've seen Teer Fradee spelled differently. Seen two different spellings so far. So there were only two places we needed to cut them off from magic. And spiders couldn't think of different dialogue to use twice. Couldn't do it. Just ridiculous. That is just absurd to me.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
Like, I could tell that I don't care at this point. Because ordinarily I would have gotten Vasco. But like everything else in this game, there's so much inconsistency to where things only loosely seem to matter, and overall they don't seem to matter at all in the grand scheme. And this is a criticism, but I understand the challenge as well, because you're trying not to punish people for decisions that they make. But I feel like, no, they need to have consequences. That's what makes choices fun. That adds replayability. And yet, I'm demotivated to care. I don't want to get Vasco. I don't want to get Kurt. I just want to do it.
I have come to ask for your help, Admiral. My cousin has been plunged into madness, and he apparently wishes to conquer the whole island. He took control of many creatures by reenacting rituals he learned from the islanders. And now he uses them to attack the cities and villages of those he considers to be his rivals.
A difficult situation, admittedly, but one that does not concern us. Who's in charge of the island is none of our business, Desarde, and you know that.
It actually does concern you. If my cousin takes control of the island, soon there will be no ports where your ships can berth. He's not looking for political influence. He desires power. Absolute power.
I see. It's a decent argument. So what now?
We must stop him at all costs. And for that, I will need allies. I intend to convince other factions to support me, but I was hoping I could count on the help of the Nords.
You can. My men aren't really used to fighting on land, but they will be by your side. You have proven time and time again that we can trust you.
Thank you, Admiral.
May the winds be in your favor, Desarde. You'll need all the help you can get.
I feel like that's only the case because we're forced. You know, like we're forced to need help. Wow, we really did not complete this quest, did we? But we actually did this one. We were close with this. We almost did it. I wonder if it'll tell you where to go. Yes, it tells you to go to hell. Because it does not tell you at all where to go. Very unusual choices. There's times where the game holds your hand and it really shouldn't. It seemed unnecessary. And then there's times where, come on, you know this task is tedious. You need to give us something more to work with here. And then they don't. It's like, just find his notes randomly. It's like, thanks for nothing. And I genuinely somewhat dislike collecting quests. I don't like them. They're overly tedious in my opinion. I mean, look at this. I know there's games that are so much worse. Believe me. But just because there's worse doesn't make this okay. We have to find 20 different notes. The quest in of itself didn't make sense either. Like, it just was not logical. How it was given to us and how it was executed. It was too monotonous. It could have been done better. But that is a criticism for games in general, not specific to this one, because games in general often rely on such things to pad their timing. And some of this, it feels straight up like time padding. Even though they're rushing, it's like, I feel like this game could have ended 3 hours ago.
Sir de Corsilion.
Maybe sooner.
Student, what can I do for you?
So, nothing about Constantine, who is also his pupil, by the way. But cool, whatever.
The mission you entrusted me with has made great progress.
Very well. Let's see. Oh, this is remarkable work. You explored the entire surface of the island. Well, almost. Congratulations. Thanks to you, our merchants and explorers will be able to reach the heart of this island safely. The prince will surely be very grateful for this. I know I am. Can your old professor still prove himself useful?
250 gold coins.
Looking forward to seeing you again, Sir de Corsilion.
For a quest that is virtually impossible to complete until near the end of the game, or what I assume to be near the end of the game. Like, I'm not even walking anymore. Like, I'm just not even motivated to be as into things as I once was. I'm just not. But holy crap. 250 gold coins. Thanks. Not that gold has that much meaning anymore anyway. Has it had meaning in quite some time for us? And we'll try to get Hikmet on board just to see if they'll do it. Wait, that's Teleme that way. There's Hikmet. Now, we should not be able to get Hikmet on board. They do not like us. Overall, they appear to be the only faction that we can plunge back to suspicious instead of friendly. When we first started this game, I just knew Teleme would be the ones that hate us. We were wrong.
Your Excellency.
Lady de Sade, and to what do I owe this honor?
I have come to solicit your help, and to propose we forge an alliance.
An alliance? Against whom?
You remember, no doubt, the attacks that fell upon Hikmet. but also San Mateus and against the natives.
Of course. You told me that different guardians sent the beasts.
Precisely. And the Guardians were manipulated by someone. I discovered who it was. This revelation will not please you, but I have no choice but to tell you. It is Constantine.
Surely you jest. What is the meaning of this? Do you know how many men have died during these attacks?
Allow me to continue, I beg you. My cousin's sickness shook him to the core. Then there was a ritual and his capture, and Constantine has fallen to madness. He has been increasing these rituals in order to link himself to the island to gain power and manipulate its creatures. He is fighting a war against everyone, and it now appears that he wants to take control of Teer Fradee. He is preparing to attack the volcano sanctuary, and I need help to stop him. It is in the name of the congregation that I come to see you. Constantine betrayed us as well.
That's madness. It is complete madness. All of this superstitious nonsense. These absurd theories. I believed you sincere, de Sade. Which does not mean that I believe you now. But no matter. You are in need of men to stop your cousin who has already attacked us?
Precisely. I have already gathered support, but I need as many allies as possible.
Go and search elsewhere. You have already demonstrated your contempt. I shall not risk the beard of a single man on your ranting. And be happy that I do not declare war on the congregation immediately.
Your Excellency, you are committing a terrible mistake.
The affair is closed.
I have to go. Look forward to seeing you again.
What?
Farewell, my lady.
Wow. And there's that tonal mismatch I was talking about. And thanks again to Afra, you know, who's a scientist and part of the Bridge Alliance. Thanks for saying it, how you saw it with your own eyes, etc., etc. Even if she was like, I'm not entirely certain what I witnessed, but I definitely witnessed him controlling the beast or whatever, you know? Or the beast appeared to be answering to him. Especially since her relationship is maxed out. Good gravy. Like, seriously. Yes, I know. I know I said it should technically be impossible to convince him, given the status of our relationship. I'm not sure what effect that has if he doesn't listen. Like, if you don't get them on board, I don't know what that does or doesn't do. But I don't know. I guess it could have been executed better in my eyes, him refusing.
What do you seek?
I have come to ask for your help in stopping my cousin.
The one Finbar abducted. Why do you want to stop him now?
He was afflicted by a terrible disease. Katasak bonded him to the island to cure him, but the power he received from it made him go insane. Do you remember the attacks of creatures led by a strange guardian?
Of course. I was even told that you fought one of them with Darren. I would have loved to be there.
He was sent by
God,
my
I love
cousin.
Deirdre.
He managed to bond himself to other places, and he transformed their guardian each time.
The Donegada never bind themselves more than once. They say it would be very bad for Teer Fradee.
I'm afraid they may be right. Now he wants to target the sanctuary of Dorhad Genadu.
So, he is the one Enon Milfrichtemen was talking about when he warned me of danger.
Without a doubt. And to stop him, I need allies. I have already convinced other factions, but I need the support of your people. I know that you don't like the Renaigse and that you do not trust them, but we are all threatened. We have no choice but to act as one.
I do not like your proposition, and you know it. But you are our Karants, and we cannot refuse to answer the call of Enon Mil Frichteman. I will assemble my best warriors, and we will go defend the sanctuary with you. In the meantime, take this weapon. It has always served me well, and I hope it will help you in this fight.
Thank you, Dedra.
We will prevail or we will die. May the volcano give you its fury, Karants. Anything more?
No, there's never
I need
anything
to be
more.
going.
Gwawalem seg.
So, I am not happy. As per usual with this game, it seems as of late. Because you may have noticed it and thought to yourself, and or rolled your eyes, he's going to complain. Oh dear God. Yes, I am. Because Deirdre has given us a weapon that we can't use. Why? For what? Why? Just why, people? And I hate when games do this. I hate when games can't figure out, like, I had the same problem in Neo. In Neo, there was a quest to save this woman's husband or something. I don't remember. And you fight, and when you win, you're always given a katana. And there's a number of quests where the reward is always a katana. And I'm like, way to give the middle finger to people who chose a build that don't use katanas. Right? Because, you know, and of course that was my build, because like I said, I love compensators. It doesn't matter if a game gives me a compensator to use, I'm going to use a compensator. Okay, that's just how I work. And so I had an Odachi build. I was a double compensator user because I had the Odachi and I had the two-handed axe. And I had the two-handed axe first because Odachis were not part of the game at first. But I started off with the battle axe because it was a big compensator type weapon. And then when the Odachis came out, those were my two weapons, man. I loved them. So it just was a little bit of an extra go to hell when I kept getting regular katanas as rewards. And I don't know why developers can't figure out a way to have the to have rewards be based on what you use, or allow you to decide what you get. Again, for all the grief that I give Skyrim got some of these things right. And when you join the companions, you go to Yorlin Greymane, and he's like, what can I make you? That's how you determine the reward in that situation. What can I make you? So you choose. They don't just give you a regular sword or some axe, and that's just not what you use. Now, am I saying all rewards should work this way? Of course not. Most of the time, they should work. They should be fixed most of the time. A great deal of the time, they should be fixed, but I guess when it comes to most quests, when someone is rewarding you for helping them, maybe you should get to decide what the reward is. And I get it, some people would argue, well, she's giving you her weapon that she used. And I suppose, but I still feel like there was an immersive way to do that, to where the weapon you get is based on, at the very least, based on your stats and or the weapons you've been using this whole time, or anything. I don't know.
Hello, Commander.
Lady de Sade, how can I be of service to you?
Especially towards the end game.
I have come to ask for your help.
I'm at your service, Your Excellency. What is it you want from me?
We need reinforcements to protect the sanctuary of the natives, north of the island.
Very well. I will send some troops there. But may I ask who or what they will be fighting?
Creatures in great numbers. And probably my cousin.
I beg your pardon?
As your men must have told you, he has changed a lot recently. Ever since he was cured of the Malachor and bonded to the island, he has become obsessed with power. He is now targeting the heart of the island. If he succeeds, we're all doomed.
I have indeed heard reports of the Governor's peculiar behavior. Since he is our employer, I asked my men to turn a blind eye. But thanks to your help, we avoided dishonor. I won't forget it. If you're telling me that we are in danger, and that we need to go to this sanctuary, we'll go.
Thank you, Commander.
Anything else?
I have to go. Goodbye.
I also have a lot to do. Until next time, Your Excellency.
Now, the coin guards should never be able to refuse you. Ever. Even if Kurt turns on you, you obviously stop the coup, and Sieglinde should obviously never be about the coup. Like, even if you had to kill Kurt, yeah, she should be sad, but she's a warrior. So why would she be angry about what happened with Kurt? She'd understand. That's first and foremost. Secondly, it doesn't make sense that the coin guard would turn a blind eye. Well, he's your employer, so you turn a blind... That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Now, some people will argue, well, that's mercenaries for you. Like, not Sieglinde. No. I mean, even Kurt's betrayal doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. Like, the idea that he can betray you, that's why I said it's interesting, because if I was doing this, I wouldn't necessarily make it so that every single person can turn or be lost in some way, shape, or form. And interestingly enough, the one person they had turn on you is probably the one person I would have had not be able to turn on you. So, like, that, it's interesting because that's just how I perceive Kurt. Kurt, like he says, when he chooses not to turn on you, he may be a mercenary, but he has to have his honor. He has to have principles. And that, it wouldn't make sense that, oh, you didn't help him find Raynor, so I'm going to kill you kind of thing. Like, that just didn't make sense to me. And in a weird way, I've been saying that from the beginning. I've been saying it from the beginning because I remember looking at his relationship level with Haeva and going, what? Suspicious? Like, apparently he's been training her since she was a child, so why is he suspicious of her? That doesn't make sense to me. But keep in mind, this is the same game that had Constantine as suspicious as far as that goes, which is just completely absurd.
Your Eminence, I salute you.
Lady de Sade, what can I do for you?
Do you remember I thought someone must have been responsible for the attacks you sustained?
Yes, you thought that this guardian who sent us the animals couldn't have been acting alone.
And I was right, sadly.
You're hesitating. Are you afraid of my reaction?
Indeed. As the person responsible is none other than my cousin, Constantine.
Does this mean that the congregation has decided to wage war on us? And thanks to which obscure alliance has your cousin been able to manipulate these creatures?
Constantine acted alone. And he betrayed us as much as he betrayed you, believe me. As for the way he manipulated these creatures... Do you remember that my cousin was sick?
Absolutely. And it is said that his recovery was the result of a rather suspicious miracle. Are you telling me that your cousin has made a pact with the demons of this island?
Something
No.
like that. He was cured by a Donegad of the island who performed a bonding ritual. But the power he received from this made him thirsty for more, and he bonded himself to other places, thus gaining control over the Guardians who were protecting these sacred places.
But why attack us? Did his madness make him forget about our alliance?
His thirst for power is making him want to control the island entirely by himself. And I know that for this purpose he will soon attack the natives' main sanctuary on the volcano. I won't stand a chance against all the creatures he's taken control of, and I need some help. Others have already joined me, but we also need the support of Thélème. Having a common enemy should help us forget all the differences that have been opposing us.
The idea that we would protect the sanctuary from an insular demon is completely insane. But you have helped us several times, and I trust your judgment. You can count on our help. My men will fight by your side.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Thanks to your wisdom, we have a chance to prevail. I must leave you.
Naturally, Your Excellency.
Form an alliance? We failed at that? Okay. You should not need every one of them. Gameplay wise, I'd border on saying you don't need any of them. Like, one of the issues you run into with games is consistency regarding story power versus your actual power in the game. And which direction it goes varies. Like sometimes your story power exceeds your gameplay power, vice versa. In The Witcher 3, for instance, your storied power exceeds your gameplay power. And what this means, or to explain what I mean by that, story-wise, Witchers are faster, stronger, etc., etc. They're superhuman in every possible way, physically, compared to even a well-trained soldier. They are augmented. Reflexes, speed, strength, all of that. They even have a bit of night vision. And if you want to see their storied power, all you have to do is watch that awesome Witcher 3 trailer called, I believe it's called Killing Monsters. And everyone is, if you're watching this, you've probably seen that. Watch it again though, because it's cool. That is as powerful as a Witcher actually is. That's how good they are. And yet when you play the game, you're nowhere near like that. Gameplay is nothing like that. Human enemies are a threat, and they really wouldn't be if the gameplay version of you matched the story version of Geralt.
Hello, Glendan.
Björt Tirtomadon Olmenawi. What can I do for you?
To tell you that men are going to come all the way to the sanctuary. Some Renaigse.
I thank you for warning me in person. But our High Queen has already informed me. She is disgusted as much as I. That warriors from a faraway island tread the earth of our sacred lands. But we do not really have a choice, do we?
No. It is all of Teer Fradee and Enon Milfrictiman that's in danger. We have need of every able warrior to protect them. You need to prepare yourself as well. I fear that you will not be spared.
We will fight, have no doubts. Because such is our duty and our will. These are our lands that are attacked.
I have no doubt. Good luck, Glendan.
May the rocks give you their toughness. You shall need it more than everyone else. Can I do anything else for you?
I must leave. Goodbye.
Qua awelam say.
Be careful. Beyond this point, you will not be able to continue other quests. Yeah. As far as I know, we don't have any. But, you know, Spider-Man's another one. Spider-Man's story strength exceeds his gameplay strength, because Spider-Man is another person that should not even remotely be threatened by regular humans, and yet he is. Mind you, his story strength goes down and up too, because Silver Sable should not be a threat to him, and yet she was. So on and so forth. But a lot of times in RPGs, your gameplay strength actually exceeds your story strength. It's like technically you're a regular human. Let's put some stuff in here. You're a regular human, and yet you're killing dragons, you're doing all kinds of incredible stuff. But then when you know, like, people treat you people treat you like you're a regular human in those games. So what'll happen, yeah, so it seems like after a certain point of the game, we don't even need charisma anymore or what have you. But so I'm actually debating on taking off the cape. I don't like it with what we got. I don't even think we need these outfits. We had all these disguises, and I don't think we needed any disguise except for the Knots outfit. So that's a disappointment. That's a significant disappointment. But, you know, we would kill this dragon, and then if you took the romance option with Josephine, you could get to a saber duel. You get to a saber duel with a regular human, like just some prince, and she's scared you might get hurt. It is because story-wise, you're not that extraordinary. Yeah, you could close portals, but you're not superhuman outside of that. And this often happens with games, with RPGs.
How are you feeling, my child? What you are about to do is difficult.
Don't make it harder than it has to be, Petrus. Fighting against your cousin isn't pleasant, but it's the only logical thing to do.
A nicer way of saying she has no choice.
Indeed. I must stop Constantine, regardless of what it may cost me. Not only to obtain an antidote to the Malachor, but also to save this island.
I have learned many things by your side, and thanks to you, I was able to give my mother back to the earth. I won't forget this. And this is my land, my people. I will be by your side. You will not go through this ordeal alone.
What's happened to Constantine is regrettable. But you're doing what must be done. You're a good person, Greenblood. And you can count on your old master of arms to protect you.
We will all be with you. After all, this concerns all of us, doesn't it?
Naturally.
We will be by your side to support you both physically and spiritually.
Thank you. You have been precious allies, and you are proving once more the value of your friendship. Now, let's go. It'll be a shame if we arrive too late.
Wow. So I have to wonder if the mod author for that modifies the size of your party, I have to wonder if he or she, if they somehow used this as a base to do it. Now I'll give you props for this, Spiders, allowing us to have a full
The entrance
complement.
to the sanctuary has been forced. A fight took place here.
Constantine managed to get through. Let's hurry.
One of the things I was going to say, when we were dealing with Dr. Asili, I don't know, I got the feeling that maybe it would have been possible for Afra to betray you. And that actually makes sense to me. She's... The foundation of her character is very logical, very calculating. And yes, she left her master, which, mind you, she called him master again. I feel like she would not have done that after everything we've been through, and that maybe that could have been a nice indicator as to what to expect. Like, what is this down here? Is this what he meant when he said almost everywhere? Oh no, it's crafting. Crafting table. Without a camp. Okay. Wait, what the hell did we just loot? That said, wait, officer heavy boots? Like, what's going on? We're looting green gear at the end of the game.
Disade! Oh, I was starting to think that we would all be dead before your arrival. Your cousin has forced our blockade with a horde of creatures, and they just keep coming. I thought it better to stay here, and stop as many of them as possible, to keep a path open for you to reach him.
I love this woman.
You did well. I'll do everything in my power to catch him and stop him from carrying out his plan. Keep holding on as long as you can. I need to be able to reach him.
Wait, there's a group of creatures coming.
Of course there is. Oh, the mic didn't pick up me yawning. I'm sorry if it did. I'm sorry if it picked it up.
I'll stay here with them, Greenblood.
He's right. We must help them stop these creatures.
Are you sure?
Every minute gained is a minute that allows you to save us.
Thank you both. Lady Afra, I know you know your way around a gun. And Kurt, it will be like the good old days.
Enough with the talking, Greenblood. Go.
And stop Constantine. I'd hate to be doing this for nothing.
In that case, thank you. And good luck to both of you.
Yeah, I could see Afra turning on you. If you haven't had those experiences. something else I wanted to make. Ah, because we lost Afra. God damn it. See, and that's why I was going straight for this first. You know what that means? We're probably going to lose everybody before we get to Constantine, and then we're going to be by ourselves. And then we're going to be short on everything that they added to us. Now, I thought we could make ammo. Okay, we can. Good lord, can we make some ammo? You know what else would have been nice? Why is it one at a time, though? Is it just me, or should it have been more than one at a time? I feel like it should have been more than one at a time. And it's kind of weird. Oh crap, I made a ton of ammo. Alright, maybe it does make more. Alright, so that was 270. Hold on, let's see something. Or 220. I can't see. It's too far. My screen is weird. But let's make one. So it makes 5 for every one. And does it tell you that? It doesn't look like it tells you. Why doesn't it tell you? Most games tell you. So we have plenty of ammo. Oh, biscuits. Now they said they'd be with us physically and spiritually. Now how cool would it have been if we got to keep the bonuses even though they left? Wait a minute. Do we lose? Oh, we have to try. As difficult as it will be. Well, they're not interested in this. Because it's like, I wanted to get perfect block. Because I wanted to see if we lose a poison drop. If we use perfect block. Which we should, because that would make a ton of sense. But I wanted to be sure. Alright, let's go. Let's keep it moving. Like I said, like, did any of you get the same vibe like Afro could have betrayed us back in Dr. Silly's lab? It just seemed like she was going to, or capable of it. And that if that's the case, much like Kurt, they tried to cut corners by having the dialogue start off exactly the same. Which is probably why she calls him master, because if she betrays you, she does rejoin him. And thus calls him master, whereas me, I believe in setting up different dialogue and different scenes based on what's going to happen, not trying to fool people. Well, this does not look good at all. And our quick loot's not working. Not. Yeah, because this isn't messed up one bit. Or wait, that was a tracker's tunic, so... Yeah, there's indigenous people here as well. So we're about to lose at least 2 more people. Possibly Ciora and Vasco.
There you are. I was starting to think that we would die here for nothing. Your cousin just
Didn't they
passed
say
through here
the
with a horde of
same
beasts,
thing?
and he keeps sending us more.
We won't hold very long. We're not used to fighting creatures like these.
We are, and we will hold long enough for you to reach the heart, even if we must die in the process.
God, I
You
love
must
her.
chase him. You must prevent him from performing the ritual at all costs. If Enon Milfrichteman dies, we're all doomed.
I'm well aware of that, believe me. But here come some more beasts. To arms!
I don't know who that is or what they're doing, but it looks really cool. The timing was off on that. Like, it just didn't look right. We're not gonna get our answer. Oh crap, everyone's dead. Because I was trying to do the experiment. Okay, that's a problem. That's a little bit of a problem. Alright, it's a serious problem. It's a serious problem. Yeah, I was sitting there trying to do the experiment, see a perfect counter, but they ignored her. I wanted to see a perfect counter would cost us our poison drop. It's sad, we don't even need loot. I didn't have quick loot anymore, I still looted those bodies just out of habit. Like, games just make you want to loot. Now this might be a longer than usual episode. A longer than usual part or chapter in the journey. Because we might just take this to the bitter end. We might just go ahead, push through. Yeah.
Wait. I'll stay with my people.
And I'll stay with her. One blade more can't hurt.
We need to prevent the beasts from following your tracks.
Yeah, we could use some help here, to be honest.
I wouldn't have put it that way, but the Moridigan isn't wrong.
You see? Over and done.
You should go now. And may the volcano give you its strength.
Well, good luck.
And I know I'm slow because I just realized that based on the people left behind, had Hikmet joined the fight, they would have been back there with the coin guard. Whereas Teleme must always be the final forces, I'm guessing. Because there's no way Petrus is going with us while everyone else stayed behind. I don't even like that Siora didn't go with us. That really didn't do as much damage as I was hoping. Wait, we gotta get full. Or at least close to it. Because chances are we're gonna have to buff everyone there. Such a habit. I did it again.
There you are. Praise the Enlightened. Your cousin has already reached the heart. Our other allies informed me. They are also trying to stop the creatures.
What do you intend to do?
Pursue him all the way there and do everything I can to stop him.
In that case, may the Enlightened keep you in his divine... Oh no. More beasts are coming.
Of
Be
course.
Prepared.
It's like doing the same thing over and over. Oh, right. God damn it. You know, I completely forgot. I was not paying attention. That is on me. We are all gonna die. Petrus is already dead. Ah, damn. That went south. Boy, did that go south. Sorry. Woo. We ain't got no magic. The magic is gone.
This time it's my turn. I'm staying with my people.
I knew you'd say that.
Well, I wasn't going to let the young ones get all the glory.
Your help would be a blessing, Father.
You see? You should go now, my child. Be careful. We are all praying for your success.
Thank you, Petrus. Be careful too.
Oh. We're already maxed out. Well, still gonna do that and apply more poison even though it's a waste. Yeah, I got turned around. Yeah, this game could have been shorter in my opinion. Oh, I thought a cutscene was about to start. Because I can't imagine needing intuition or charisma or crafting right now. Yeah, I don't remember what this place looked like, but I have a feeling that this looks bad compared to what it was when we first came here.
Constantine!
Dude,
restrain her!
You look different. Oh boy. You said restrain her. I know, we're testing out something that we probably already know. He didn't restrain her, he just killed her. Oh, really? You gonna do me like that, yo? I know, we didn't really need to test it. But you know how I am at this point. You get me. Alright? You may not agree with me, but you get me. You understand. Alright? And I had to test it out. I had to see. Now, I have to give Spider some props. Something I wasn't sure I'd ever be doing again. Because of how things have been going. But I like that this Guardian clearly looks different from any of the other ones we've faced in the past. Keep in mind, I still believe there could have been a little more variety with the Guardians in general. But yes, I'm glad the final Guardian, what I assume to be the final Guardian, is unique from all the others.
Restrain her!
Did we get it? Good. Whoa! Whoa! Yeah, let's not do what you were thinking of doing there. I should have hit that son of a biscuit like that. Yeah, stop moving a second so I can hit your midsection. That sucks. And he's gonna be faster. And they're gonna do that. We have a lot of weapons here, a lot of ammo. But I really would rather dig this sword into its spine. You went the wrong way, Haves. Oh, this is bad. Not what I was going for, but it's something. Stasis is just bae. Stasis is everything. Nope, 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 nope. Move, 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 move. Let me see something. We have to have fury potions. There's no way we don't. We have major fury potion. Okay. No! I missed the opportunity. No. That's the one. Let's just go ahead and put that on hold, sir. Sir or ma'am, let's put your order on hold. I know we could have hit him from behind, but damn, we almost rolled right into it twice.
No! Stop! Step back.
How are you even alive?
I do not deserve
Haeva kicked your butt.
I'm sorry.
Why? Why have you done this?
But for you. For us. So that we may live free at last.
This makes no sense. Constantine, it's madness.
You don't understand because you're still attached to the old world. This old, dying world which, to survive, has betrayed, used, and manipulated us and would not have hesitated to kill us.
Perhaps, but...
I've seen death, cousin. And I understood the vanity of it all. My father's ruses just so he could earn more power. The political bowing and scraping to preserve corrupted nations. I have been offered unrivaled power, allowing me to get rid of this. To send the old world back to its inevitable death and to build something new here. Something unique. And this new world is my gift to you. You and I could be its new gods, the immortal and benevolent monarchs.
He himself is the incarnation of the old world he is speaking of. He has its vices and its poison. For his own immortality, he's prepared to destroy everything around him, to break millennia of cycles. I implore you, flesh of my land, think of all the lives that will come to an end to feed his pride.
Don't listen to this old god. He's like all the others, after all, clinging to life. All you have to do is to bind yourself here, with me. And we will be gods together, forever.
Oh. I don't think any character that I play would link themselves to Constantine. So she's just going to kill him, unfortunately.
Come.
But with all those choices we've made, it just seems to come down to two. Or one. Or two. You know what I mean. This comes down to two options. Kill him or not kill him. So the Guardian's cured. Wait, why is she laying there? Or lying there raw? Yeah, why? What's wrong with her? Why is she lying there? Instead, I don't know, maybe looking sad over Constantine's body.
Once Constantine had fallen, Deirdre kept her promise. She led all the native clans as they managed to drive the invaders off their island. The island found peace again, and nature took over the abandoned cities. But the old nations were plunged into war, and the Malicor grew ever more devastating. Those who bravely fought at Dorhat Genadu were celebrated everywhere. After all, if it weren't for this unlikely alliance, the island would have fallen into Constantine's greedy hands. Sieglinde took Kurt as an advisor, but he insisted on keeping his place alongside his former student and friend, watching her back as he always had. Siora obtained the title of Marl of the Red Spears alongside her twin. She leads them with wisdom, but often reunites with the one she still calls her Karants. Afra set aside her weapons and went back to her research on the native culture and flora of the island. It is said that she is even writing a book with the help of Dunkasi's clan when not visiting her friends. For his bravery, Vasco was awarded the rank of commander. He now travels the sea at the head of a whole fleet, but he often comes back to visit his sister-in-arms. Petrus's ambitions have finally been fulfilled. He obtained the much-coveted title of Cardinal. Despite the responsibilities implied by such a title, he still sometimes visits the one he calls his child. Despite the help Ulan received, which allowed him to restore the importance of the seaside Nemeus, he still had to renounce the role of Marl as he faced the contempt of the other clans. After driving off the settlers, Deirdre started destroying what they had built. She wanted to erase all traces of the Inquisitors and Savants who had hurt her people, only
I love that woman.
what her Karants advised her to keep. Thanks to the help Dunkas's clan received, it continued on its mission to heal the Earth. It attracted many young islanders who were eager to learn.
And that concludes the story of Haeva. And I have many thoughts on this, but we already ran over, plus there will be another episode. And that will be the full in-depth review of this game. That's going to take some time to put out, but I don't know if it's something you will notice. And I say that because I am very behind as far as the videos posted versus where we're at. So like I want to say this is actually part 51. I want to say something like that. But yet the latest video I posted is part 40. Because it's so hard. The process is very lengthy, I should say. It's not difficult, it's just lengthy. It's tedious. It's a lot of work on the computer. Just 2 hours here, 2 hours there, 2 hours export, 2 hours import. You know, it's crazy. So I'll just say for now that the ending, like, I understand why this style ending is done, because it allows you to tell a lot more story quickly without needing to do a bunch of cutscenes and having a player still walk around, etc., etc. But I don't know. They're not quite my favorite style of ending. But you commonly see this to save time. And the reason you have to save time is because with multiple outcomes, imagine having to come up with cutscenes that perfectly match up and there's like 20 different combinations. This is just usually the easiest way to go rather than oversimplifying it, that kind of thing. So I understand it, but I do hope that given the power of machines, meaning like PCs and consoles, as they become more powerful and more capable, and hopefully game engines improve to make development easier, I would like to see fully fleshed out endings that are not just essentially GIFs or GIFs, however it's pronounced. You're just with a voiceover, or yeah, well, that's usually the better way to go. I mean, there's times where they don't even do the voiceover. You have to read the different endings that occurred. But I would like to see a time where at some point multiple endings, real different endings, actual different endings, and yet they're fully fleshed out, they're fully voiced, and everything else. I would have loved to have seen that. Or I would love to see that at some point. But I appreciate you journeying with myself and Haeva Teer Fradee. And I hope you check out the review that I'm going to do. Like I said, it's going to take a while. I don't know if it's something that will be noticeable, but it is going to take me some time to compile my notes and try to make it coherent and do my review video. Until next time, take care.